Video bites from ulearn.photography. Here's our principal, Simon Q. Walden.
Good day and welcome to today's video bite about usage licensing. And what is usage licensing? Basically, you probably are aware that as the photographer, as soon as you press the button on your camera, you effectively have copyright of that image. Now, first of all, I'm just going to talk very quickly about copyright. It's a little different in the UK than in the US in particular. In the UK, you automatically have copyright. You have to do nothing further to establish your copyright. In the US, you are strongly recommended to submit your images to the copyright authority. And indeed, if you are a UK photographer who sells into the US, you are strongly recommended to do that. Because if you do get into a legal situation and you have submitted your work for copyright recognition, then you stand a much better chance of A, winning your case, and B, winning more substantial damages. But anyway, so leaving all that kind of legal bit aside, basically as a photographer then, when you take the picture, you have copyright. And it's actually very difficult to sell copyright. Lots of photographers talk about, I'm going to sell you copyright, but actually they're not. What they're doing is they're selling the rights to use images. And that usage may cover all sorts of things. So it might be usage for use in particular types of media. It might be for print, for a web, for a billboard, for a brochure. And the rights might be limited to only one or a few of those options. So for example, you might license an image for use on the web at one kind of price, but that does not give the buyer rights to use the image on a billboard, for example. You might license on the basis of the number of impressions, and again that would apply either on the website or for a print run. So it would not be uncommon to license it for, say, 1,000 prints on a flyer, but that does not give them rights to using the same picture for 50,000 prints in a magazine. You might license it only for a specific number of uses. So again, that may be you are allowed to use it 3 times in a particular magazine, but no more. And if you want to continue using the advert, then you have to pay an additional usage right. And you may also license on the basis of the regionality of the use. So it may be licensed just for local within your county or state. It may be licensed for national anywhere within one country, or it may be licensed worldwide for usage anywhere. And lastly, you may license it for a specific time period. So the license only runs for another 6 months, for a year or whatever. Now all of those factors will go together to build a scale of usage rates. And again, there are a couple of great websites that deal in letting you calculate what those rates should be. They are only guidance. Your personal rates would be different. So let me give you 2 different examples of how that's worked for me. If I get a client coming in for a corporate headshot, then basically I will give them effectively unlimited usage rights for that, because I know that there actually aren't that many applications for a corporate headshot. Yes, it might appear in a brochure, but more likely it's just going to be on a website and maybe, I don't know, a conference speakers list or something like that. It's not going to be broad usage. Conversely, if it's a commercial shoot for advertising, then I'll have the discussion about, is it local, national, worldwide? And clearly the worldwide pricing would be much more, gotta fly, would be much more for worldwide pricing than for straightforward regional pricing. And your buyers will be aware of that. They will be expecting those kind of variations. And I just want to talk about the web in that. web pricing is usually a lot less than print pricing. Not always, there are certain circumstances, but expect not to charge very much for web relative to a print run. Okay, so that's usage licensing. It's basically allowing a client to use your images, and remember, basically, because you own the copyright, you are not giving away the copyright of the image, you are giving away license to use the image.
Subscribe now for regular tips and updates. To find out more, go to ulearn.photography.